Power would be the ability of a statistical test to show a difference when it really exists. Okay, so more people you have, the larger your sample size, the larger the sample of the groups you're comparing, more power you have. Meaning you're able to detect smaller and smaller differences between the groups. Okay? But if you design your study, say, to have 80% power to detect a hazard ratio of 2, if you start losing people, even if it happens in a uniform way in respect to the groups you're observing and in respect to the outcome you're studying, it's going to have an impact because your power will decrease. Because you thought you would have, say, 20 cases in 5 years, but people don't show up, so you're not going to have 20 anymore, you're going to have 10, 15. But there's a worse part in that. In general, lack of follow-up is linked to the outcome. Because sickier people tend not to return. So yes. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes healthier people tend not to come back. For instance, if you're following up on a cohort, you guys know what cohort is? A cohort is a group of people that you follow up over time. Okay? It's also the name of a study, a cohort study. And say you're following them to see if they get, for instance, TB, tuberculosis. In some instances, you would like to, say, review the charts, the medical charts, when they go to the outpatient clinic, okay? So every time they go there, somebody goes to the charts and abstracts some data about the patients. What tends to happen with HIV patients is that if they have a high CD4 count, meaning their immune system are very, very good, and they're just going there to pick up meds, to pick up their drugs, they tend to skip the medical visit because they're too well, too healthy. So they don't feel like going there and waiting for a consultation that they should do like 4 times a year. They prefer to go, say, once a year. And that would be fine. They would just pick up the drugs and that's it. But if you're using that data for your study, that's not good for you. Because you have less data from people who are healthier. So that's differential when you're looking at your outcome.